Hello and welcome to 90 Day Fiance Trash Talk. This is episode 63 and I'm your host, comedian Tracy Carnazzo, joined by my co-host Noelle Herzog.
Hello.
We're definitely in the same room. We are definitely in the studio together. Just kidding. We're still quarantined.
Yeah, no, we're hugging virtually.
We are. This is Before the 90 Days, Season 4, Episode 8. Before we get into it, Noelle, how'd you feel about this episode as a whole?
Oh, it was good. I liked this a lot.
Everyone was like, wow, wait until you watch this episode. And I was like really pleased with it.
Oh, this was great. I LOL'd a lot, and I thought about you because you told me this is going to be a funny episode.
Yeah, because my mom told me it was going to be a funny episode. So I was all on board. It was very, very funny. Guys, if you want more of Noelle and I, you can join the Patreon at patreon.com/trash talk podcast for over 100 bonus episodes of me and Noelle. So do that. And if you have any questions about the podcast, if you want to talk about the podcast, instead of DMing us where we have a private conversation, which we just don't have the time for, make sure you're going to our Facebook group, 90 Day Fiance Trash Talk Listeners, because that is where we discuss everything about the podcast. So if you want to tell us something about that what we said on the podcast, if you want to fact check us, if you want to add anything, go into the podcast. Noelle, what just happened? I said fact check and I know
I had like 10 hiccups in a row. That was crazy.
Oh my God, are you okay?
I know, I'm totally fine. It's because I had a bunch of soda.
Oh, okay. I'm shocked. I'm totally shocked that Noelle is binge drinking Pepsi in quarantine right now.
I'll tell you though, I've been binge drinking Perrier. I'm not Perrier, Pellegrino a lot more than Pepsi. Yeah, I've been
really
binging it a lot.
The bubbles are just so perfect.
A lot of seltzers burn my mouth, I feel like, not Pellegrino.
Isn't that weird? Also, Gerolsteiner is really good.
Okay, I love Gerolsteiner because it's like meaty. Minerally.
It's salty. Yeah. It's salty.
I like it.
Speaking of meaty and salty, let's talk about Lisa and Usman.
Great.
All right. So now it's the next day after their crazy fight, after he ran away, and then he unfortunately came back.
Yes.
And now they're going to go to the market because they have to get a goat because Usman's mom is Muslim, and this is like a tradition. It's a sign of respect, okay? And it is also, and this is a Usman quote, very much important.
Okay.
It is very, very respectful. You bring the goat. It's respectful. What are other things that are respectful, Noelle?
Like real things?
Like not bringing a 50-year-old white woman that's going to enslave you to your mother.
Oh, I was going to say like taking off your shoes when you go in someone's house.
Right. Very much. It's very much important. It's a sign of respect. It's just like a lot of respect.
I like to bring farm animals when I go visit people. Yes.
Yeah. Like you remember the last time you came here for dinner and I was like, Noelle, just bring dessert. And you were like, oh, I got one better for you. And then you brought a giraffe.
I did. I brought it. He had a little trouble getting through the door, but I brought him.
I still have him. And it's really great because I live on the second floor, so we're just like eye level with him at this point. I made bolognese sauce last night. He loved it. I just gave him a little I made some sauce. So this, unfortunately, we find out is going to be a meat goat.
I know.
I don't like this at all. They're going goat shopping.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what's so funny, right?
Mm-hmm.
Usman, as we discover later in the episode, lives in a cinder block hut.
Yes.
Okay. And he does this conversion so quickly. The guy is like, I don't know, whatever, their currency is. Mm-hmm. And he's like, oh yeah, it's $115 US.
He's very smart.
I know. It's like, well, I mean, he's very into US dollars. I'll tell you that much.
That's true. That is true too.
So they went goat shopping and we find out Lisa is, she's trying to pick out the perfect goat, which you know how that is.
They're both in Puma slides, by the way. I want to add.
They have matching mandals. I don't understand what's happening. It's like Lisa, we said in the last episode that she was a lunch lady.
Yes.
I feel like there's a part of Queens that she's definitely from.
Oh no! I mean, listen, she's socks and slides. You are from Queens.
Yeah, like I don't know. Isn't she from York, PA? Is that
she is from York, which isn't that far,
right? But also is very apparently. Sorry, guys. Not my words. Someone told me it was very trashy there.
So it is because I told you my favorite bookstore is there.
That's right.
And I was there recently and it was super trashy.
And Ashley from 90 Day Fiance lives there now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Okay. So Lisa's at the goat store, goat shopping for a meat goat. And she feels like she's getting ripped off because she's white.
Right.
And
Valid.
he's like, yeah, just buy the goat, Lisa. It's not because you're white. It's because this is an expensive goat.
But that's the thing. Like, I wouldn't want to sit there and haggle. I'd be like, here's whatever it is. It probably smells so bad there.
I would haggle.
You would haggle anything. You would haggle a manicure. You would haggle anything.
I would be like, I'll give you $50 for this biracial goat. For this black and white cookie goat.
I would be the dumb white girl from America that would pay full price.
I would be like, I don't know if you saw my ancestry.com, but I am 1% Nigerian. And you are not going to rip off a fellow Nigerian like that.
You would, though, too. That's the thing, though. You really would.
I would. Now, here's the thing, Noelle. I know that you love black and white cookies, right?
My favorite.
If you had to eat this goat, would you eat the front or the back?
So I would start at the vanilla and work my way to the chocolate.
And then end with the chocolate. I get it.
Yeah.
I totally get it. Oh, my God. That was kind of upsetting.
Sorry. I mean, listen, I wouldn't go to a slaughterhouse to buy meat goat, though. Don't worry.
Okay. So he tells her, just buy the goat. He counts the money. And he puts the goat in a goat Uber like there's nothing happening.
In a fucking Range Rover, too, by the way.
In a goat Uber. So Barney's the goat's name, right? Mm-hmm. Or is that his friend's name?
No, the Barney is the goat.
Okay, so he got Lisa traditional husa. It's a husa. It's traditional attire. How do you feel about her little outfit?
She looked like a fish.
Okay, she definitely looked like a fish. I didn't hate it.
Okay, what I liked about it is the colors. I love blue. I love the colors.
I like the pattern.
I like the pattern of it. I didn't like the material. That's what my problem was.
Okay, but I feel like that's the material they make those
out of.
Is
it? Because it just seems stiff.
That's the whole thing. Like they always use stiff material. I like the details, the cutout in the back, the cutout in the front.
Okay. I mean, listen, he picked it out, right?
It's not terrible, yeah.
No, he picked it out. And you know what? His dashikis always look on point.
He really does have a good tailor. Yeah. You know what I bet? Mm-hmm. I bet that what's her face? Juliana?
Uh-huh.
The yachter from last season?
Uh-huh.
She probably she used to be a seamstress, right?
That's right.
I bet you anything that she is his seamstress.
Maybe it's all connected, Tracy.
Because Lisa's husa fit perfectly.
It did fit her perfectly. And you know what? If I was gonna buy Lisa husa, I'd buy a blue one. I would buy a blue one.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, that's very good to know. In case you have to do that.
Okay.
So
I'd buy you a purple one, just so you know.
Oh, thank you so much. His mom didn't talk to him for 3 months when he told her about Lisa. So you think that he's going to get their blessing?
But that's what I mean. And also, like, I feel like he didn't really tell. I mean, obviously, he didn't tell them too much about her. But, like, did he even tell them, hi, she's coming? Or I'm just coming to visit?
I think he said they are. So now Lisa's like, I'm going to put a lot of makeup on for this meeting. And he's like, no, you can't put on any makeup. My mom is elderly. I don't know what that means.
I don't know. Maybe like, here's the thing. I think that she should put on makeup to look maybe a little younger.
I don't know if that's going to do anything, Noelle.
I mean, I'm trying here.
So he puts her head wrap on. Right. And he should be a fashion stylist for traditional Nigerian attire.
Listen, I did like the head wrap.
Just saying. I don't mind a head wrap, especially now with what we're going through. We should be wearing head wraps.
One of my girlfriends wears them a lot, and I say like she looks so cute in them. I feel like I would not look good though.
Well, let's try it.
I'll try it. If you could find like a cute one on Amazon, tell me, I'll order it.
Are we culturally appropriating though?
I mean, I'm not trying to like be terrible. I don't know.
I don't know either. We guys, write in the group. Tell us what we should do about this. We want to cover our hair, but we don't want to be disrespectful.
You know what? I would love to go outside with my hair covered.
Me too. So they take the goat to their mom's house. Are they feeding the goat in the meantime?
I guess so. I would think so. Yeah.
Because they take it to the hotel.
Oh, they take it to the chalet.
So now they show up
right
at the outdoor hut. The goat was taking a goat nap in the goat trunk.
Yes.
In the goat Uber.
In the meat trunk.
The meat goat was so tired from going goat shopping. And it turns out that his house looks like it's made of cinder blocks with no top. It almost looks like an outdoor patio.
It looks like a very pristine version of Rose's house, basically.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a little bit weird for us because we're not used to that. So I would like to know more. I'm going to research more about these houses. Okay, so his mom's name is Fatimatu, right? Yes. And she comes out and they put a rug out on the floor and they sit out outside.
Right.
And he's like, this is my mom. This is my eldest sister, blah, blah, blah. And then he's like, this is my kid sister.
Right. Isn't that a weird way to say it?
She's like 4.
I know. I just feel like it's just a weird way to say it.
Well, that's how they say it. But Noelle, he just said his mom is elderly. He has a 4-year-old sister.
Also, his mother is not all that elderly. You'd think that was an elderly lady?
That's what he said.
She doesn't look it.
I wonder how old she is, though. And I wonder how old Lisa, like their comparison.
Oh, I would like to know that.
Lisa's also, however old she is, she's a hard 40-something.
She is harder than that.
Yeah. So Lisa says, sits down on the rug and goes, you have a beautiful home.
I mean, what else is she supposed to say?
I know, but it's like, wow, Lisa, you're really trying. So his sister's like, wow, she looks 50 years old.
I mean, that was pretty funny, though.
That was great. They're like, she's an old woman.
Mm-hmm. She's an elderly woman.
So his mom thanks her for the goat. She's like, thank you for the goat. Great.
Thanks for the meat.
Thanks for the meat goat. Noelle.
Yeah. Oh, I'm ready.
She says to him, is there anything that your family wants to know about me?
Right.
And they say something like, what does she do in America? And she says, I'm a hospice worker for people that are dying, basically.
Yes. Right.
And he says, she is a doctor in America.
I mean, I guess he's trying to make her sound better because he knows she's hard to look at.
Well, let me tell you something. They were like, oh, God bless. That's great. So they're like, do you know why Lisa's here? And they're like, we have no clue why Lisa's here. We don't even know who Lisa is. Why did you bring this white doctor here?
Right. Are we dying?
Are we dying? Is she going to surgery us? What's happening here? Are we all getting breast implants?
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
What a fun little surprise. Even my little sister.
My kid sister.
Okay. He tells them, this is such a great way of saying it. Instead of saying like, this is my girlfriend and we would like to get married, he says she's here because she's in love with me and she wants to get married to me.
Listen, he's not wrong.
I know. And then they go, oh no. And then he looks at Lisa and he goes, they said no, capital no.
Did you LOL? Like I laughed
so
Me
hard
too.
Because it was like, you know, like when you ask your parents for something when you were little and you were like, can I have this lollipop? And they're like, absolutely not. No. N-O. No.
Yes.
No means no.
Yes.
All they did was just say no. They didn't even
Right. They weren't even angry about it.
They were like, oh, no, thank you. And then they all put on their sheets over their attire.
And they left.
And they were like, we're out. Is that all you
They're
needed?
like, thanks for the meat. See you later.
Thanks for the goat meat. The meat goat. So then they interview the family like separately. And they're right. Because here's the thing. They live somewhere that's not it's like secluded, right?
Sure.
Or it seems like that anyway. And all they know about the United States is that black people are not treated fairly there.
Right.
So they're like, no, we're afraid of how he's going to get treated in America. We don't want him moving to America. So no, thank you.
Right,
also,
which makes total sense.
Very old. No, thank you. And they jump in the range and they drive away.
Yep.
They blast some Nelly and they drive away.
In the Range Rover. No more meat goat.
Goatless. They drive away goatless into the night. Jeffrey and Varya.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm here for it.
All right, so they're at her mom's house, and her mom made them breakfast. Did she make them eggs and tomato?
Yes, that is what I wrote down. Okay, I don't eat eggs, but I'm like, that's adorable.
Yeah, it looked pretty good. So Jeffrey said that they're gonna go camping with his friend Igor, his Russian friend. He just so happens to have a Russian friend right in the neighborhood.
Yeah, that's so random. And they're going to go camping? It's just
They're
weird.
going to go camping. And he's going to tell her about jail while they're camping, basically so she can't get away from him.
So she can't run away, right.
Right. So now they're walking in the pouring rain to her old school.
Right.
And she's like, yeah, you see over here, this is where we used to like play with a hammer in the construction site.
This is where we used to walk when it was -40?
This is where we used to eat dirty nails as a snack.
Oh, this is where I got my first lockjaw.
Oh my God. Remember when Olga got impaled by that steel beam?
And she still had to go to school the next day?
I know. Even though it was cold. So he decides to tell her on the steps of her school in the pouring rain that he went to prison for a while for selling drugs.
Right.
And she goes, how long did you go for it? And his answer is amazing.
His answer was 2-ish years.
2-ish years. Like 2-ish, 4-ish, 7-ish, you know?
Yeah, something like that. And it wasn't for any domestic violence either.
No, it definitely wasn't for that. It was definitely for drugs. And he's like, I wanted to tell you before we got serious. She goes, what? You just met my mom. We're going to get married.
Buddy, I just blew you on an airplane. We're together.
So she does not react the way that he thinks that she is going to. She is mad. Her 28-year-old cousin died from drugs. She's super angry. She's like, do you feel good about yourself that you helped someone die?
Yeah.
And you know what he's thinking at that moment?
What?
I better not tell her that I actually also left my kid in a car and beat my wife.
That's true. He's
I'm
probably
going
like,
to keep
all right,
that one to myself.
I'm not going to go further with this.
Yeah. Oh man, if she thinks drug dealing when I was a teenager was bad,
what's she gonna think of me?
Yeah, she's really not gonna like the domestic violence and the child endangerment. She's not gonna love that one.
I don't think she'll love that.
He was crying in the confessional. His eyes were all red, and she said to him, "What if it was your son?"
Right.
And he said that he tries to live by example. He's like, listen, I try to live by example now. So now I only go to jail like for little times. I go for like 6 months for beating a woman. I go for 6 months for putting my kid in the car. I go for 6 months for fighting. I go for 6 months for endangering someone's life.
Mm-hmm. But like, I don't go like 2-ish years. I don't do
right.
that
I don't
anymore.
go like 2-ish years. I go like 6-ish months here and there.
Yeah,
and
that's all.
He's like, listen, jail was amazing. I loved it. My kids would visit me.
That's so sad too.
I mean, that's not really what he said, but
Right.
And she said, I would not have dated him if I knew this before. And she wants to take a pause.
Valid. I completely understand.
Guess what? You don't get a pause because he's there for like 2 more weeks. Enjoy him.
Seriously. And you know what? They have to leave tomorrow to go back to, they have to leave Siberia.
Yeah. And then they go to Igor's camping trip.
Yeah, I know. Right after you find out about this. That's so scary.
Oh, my God. Well, good luck for Varya. Let's talk about the highlight of this entire episode, Ed and Rose.
You mean the highlight of my life.
So now remember, it's rain season. So
yes.
He's super nervous and he gets to her house. Where is he going to sleep?
I mean, question mark.
Super big question mark. So her dad shows up and he's like, hey, I'm here because I'm sleeping over.
Here's the thing, though. Ed acts so excited. He's like, oh, okay. You're going to sleep with us? Great.
Well, what is he supposed to do? He's trying to literally marry this girl still.
That's true. You're right. That's true. Well, and the dad doesn't want them to be alone.
Right. So he rolls out a mat. Well, she rolls out the mat. And they're going to sleep on this mat on the floor in this pouring rain. And her dad's like, okay, I'm going to go in the other room and sleep. And he's like, oh, you're not going to sleep with us here on the mat?
Right.
He's like, I thought we were going to sleep together. And he's like, come on, man. Like that don't be gross.
The room reminded me of Karini's room with all the toys and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. I was thinking that too. Like there's an obsession with like toy. I don't know what
teddy
it is.
bears, that kind of
stuffed
stuff.
animals.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Very childish. It's very strange. But maybe it's her son's too.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
So with the roof leaking, they laid down a mat, and he brings up that he has atopic dermatitis, and he sent over 1,000 thread count sheets, and they didn't arrive. Now here's the thing.
Oh, I know what you're gonna say.
He said, I can only sleep on sheets that are 1,000 thread count or more because of my atopic dermatitis.
Because of my eczema.
Okay, Ed, that's not even true.
No, it's not true.
You just have to sleep probably on cotton.
Yeah, you're telling a fable.
He's not even telling a real story because this is ridiculous. 1,000 thread count. That doesn't even mean there's quality.
But that's what I mean.
Jerk.
It could still feel stiff.
Yeah, he's so stupid. So he asked the father if he's going to sleep in bed with him. And now he looks up. There's a rainstorm, right? There's all these exposed wires. But don't even worry about them because Varia's mom made them in her wire factory.
Oh, it's funny, Tracy.
And he says to himself, WTF am I doing?
But I like that she's like, this guy is such a baby.
It was so funny. He's like, how about those wires? Do you think that they'll be affected by this pouring water they're swimming in a water? And she's like, no. Click.
She's
all
like,
the electric's
no,
out.
don't worry. I know. And then he flew off that mat.
Noelle, as I watched the fan take its final round, I was like, oh.
You felt his panic.
My God. And he's
you
like,
know what, though? I'll say this. She said the right thing. When I panic, she's like, don't worry. Don't panic. I'm here. I'm with you. I'm here with you.
Yeah, she was pretty nice about it. I mean,
she was nice.
Okay. He says, as he lays in a dirty puddle, right, in the heat, in the middle of the night, with a rat and a rabbit and a chicken and Italian rosemary, he goes, I'm starting to think that she's using me as her meal ticket.
You think, Ed? You know what, though? She seems kind of content in her environment, though.
Because that's all they know.
Yeah. Yeah, she's just like, whatever, this is where I live.
People think that we live like animals because we live in New York City. To be honest with you, a lot of our listeners say, like, how do you deal with that? And it's different. It's a different culture.
What we know.
Okay, so he, in the morning, right? He's wide awake. He's soaking wet from rain, from sweat, and he's just sitting up against the wall.
Tracy, when I watch him, it reminds me of you so much.
It's me.
Because I think, like, what would Tracy do?
That.
You would have, like, a nervous breakdown, I think.
I would have never. He's doing so much more than I would ever do.
I know he is, because you wouldn't even be there.
No, I would have been like, oh, my God, that's so funny that you guys live in the alley of a store. I'm going to a hotel and then immediately back to America. And if you'd like to join me there.
If you want to join me, fine.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll pay $1 million, whatever you want, but I'm leaving. It was nice meeting you. I'm in love with you. Great. Bye.
Bye.
So he said that, listen, I can't do this. I have to go to a hotel. And she's like, well, I really want you to stay here. And he's like, yeah, well, I really want to go on vacation without your son.
I mean, that was funny. That's why he reminded me of you.
But here's the thing, like, why wouldn't he take the son with them? If they were going to go to a hotel.
I would want to take the son because I would want to get to know him, especially if they're going to come to America. The kid's going to be living with you.
You're going to live with the kid? Yeah, I thought that was kind of weird.
Because he doesn't want to deal.
Right, but they just stayed without the son in the other place.
Trust me, I know.
Okay, so now they have to shower. And he's like, hey, I heard that you have a shower, but I didn't know like how to work it. Like, I don't know how to turn on. I don't know how to turn on the steam feature and like also the rain shower head. And I didn't know like maybe if you could help me work that.
I didn't know how to turn on the bucket.
And she's like, oh, don't worry. We're all going to shower together.
Interesting.
Come on. come on, go get my dad so we could go take a family shower. She's like, listen, we always take family showers with all of our clothes on.
Yeah. Well, listen, you don't have to do laundry.
You don't have to do laundry. You also can't wash your areas.
I guess. I mean, do they really bother? Come on.
I guess not. So her dad's like, yeah, we'll shower all together. So there's like a bucket of rainwater.
Uh-huh.
And then there's like a little baby bucket. And she pours it on them. It's freezing cold.
Oh, and she knows it.
Ed is screaming. P.S. There's like a mansion behind this place that they all live in. They're just trying to see if Ed is going to take this.
That's funny. They should. That would be like the best game to play.
Right? It's like, oh, actually, we live in that luxury mansion right across the street. We just want to see how much you like Rose. Okay, so she's showering them. He takes his shirt off, but he has his shorts on and everything. And the father and him are showering together. Right. And then she yells out to the town to turn the hose on. Mm-hmm. And then she hoses them off like she's washing an elephant at the zoo.
She is washing them like cattle.
Uh-huh. And then he drops the soap and her dad picks it up for him.
I'm dead. Tracy, I died when this happened.
And then he dries himself with his wet, dirty shirt.
Ew, that was where he lost me, though.
I know. But the nice part about the shower was that it was in the house. It was in the alleyway, the same alleyway.
Right.
And there was rabbits.
Mm-hmm.
There was chickens in the shower with him. And then there was a very cute rat.
Well, see, okay, when I saw him, I was like, I don't think Tracy would act this way if she saw the rat.
I would pet the rat.
Yeah, I know, because you're rat-proof.
I am, yeah, but also I like rats. Like,
no, I know. I saw it and I was like, Tracy wouldn't get upset. She would be like, maybe I'll stay here.
I'd be like, if this guy likes it, if it's good enough for little baby rat, it's good enough for me.
He was cute, black and white. He was cute.
I would have brought him to the hotel.
Yeah, I know. I see it.
I would have been like, do you want to see what a real nice bathtub is like?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to Manila.
Give you a nice bath.
I'm going to give you a nice life, little rat man. And we're going to be together forever and ever.
Uh-huh.
And that's what would have happened with me and the rat.
Their bath water, by the way, was splashing all over their dishes. That's what got me.
You don't like that? That's what got you? It wasn't.
I don't know. To have the sweat juice go on my dinner plate? No, not so much.
No good? Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, all of a sudden, they're in the shower. Seconds later, they're back at the market that they live in.
Yes, with the rats spinning.
They live in a street fair.
Uh-huh.
So now they're going to go to his pig farm, the dad's pig farm.
Yes.
And they get on a trolley.
It's like a free public Jeep.
Okay. And then, so he's trying to make small talk with the dad. So he's like, so you like it here? He's like, this is kind of like the jungle, no? You like living in the jungle?
He's so pathetic.
Like, I know. The dad's like, oh, God, do I have to talk to this guy more?
And then he's like, God, just leave. Go on vacation already.
Uh-huh. So now the dad's like, listen, he was unprepared for the pig farm because he had on sneakers and not he didn't bring his pig farm shoes.
I mean, I don't even know what pig farm shoes are. Right. There's so many puppies on the pig farm, though.
So many puppies, so many pigs. But I didn't like the living conditions for these pigs.
No, me either.
They were not free-range pigs. So he's literally trying to feed the pigs with buckets of grain, and he's throwing them at the pigs. He's laying in the mud.
That made me angry.
Yeah. He was like, not like, I don't know. Just say you can't do it then.
I don't know. Be a fucking person. Stop acting like a cartoon character. Like, it was just so over the top.
He was rolling around in the mud, throwing food at the pigs.
Yeah, it was really annoying.
Noelle.
Yeah.
He goes, where does your dad live?
In here with the piggies.
She's like, in here with the pigs. Look at that. Look at those pallets that he found in the back of Target.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I like those pallets.
Yeah. Well, guess what? Her dad lives in the middle of the pig slop.
That poor guy. It's sad to watch.
He's like, oh, you like living here? He's like, yeah, I love it.
Yeah. Listen, that's his thing. He likes it.
Oh my God. I guess he goes to Rosemary's house for like a little
for an Italian dinner.
He's like, Rosemary, Maria, what are you making tonight? Sauce?
Got the sauce with the balls?
Meatballs and sauce. What's going on here? He goes there for a little rest and relaxation. His little home away from home.
Why not?
Let's talk about Erica and Stephanie. This got me mad.
Oh, I didn't like anything about this.
All right. So now it's only day 3 and they're fighting and it's not great, right?
No.
They're driving to her hometown now, Erica's hometown, and she's gonna meet Erica's family and friends.
Right.
So Erica steps out and she's like, okay, I need to call my friend and tell her that Stephanie's a psychopath.
Yes.
So she's super nervous about the drive, and Stephanie's annoyed that she told her friend Paige that they're having problems already.
I mean, first of all, I wouldn't have even said anything because everything annoys Steph. So, like, I wouldn't have even told her. I would have been like, I went outside to try to kill myself.
Right. To try to escape. I'm leaving, actually. Stephanie's going to be staying here in this hotel room. So Erica brings up the night before, and Stephanie said that she's still upset about the night before.
Get over it.
And she said that Erica said that Stephanie has a lot of control issues, and Erica has the grossest look on her face.
She also has the grossest hair. Her hair is so greasy.
Yeah. Who, Stephanie or Erica?
Stephanie.
I know. And it's such a beautiful color.
That's what I don't understand, because I'm like, I love the color.
She's really trying to make this blowout last the whole trip.
I know. It's not going to work.
Also, her hair is short and then long and then short and then long.
It's choppy.
No. I mean, like in the confessionals, it's really long.
Oh, no, because when she always has her hair behind the ear, it's always like so short over here and then super long. It's like poker in the front, you know?
Okay. Oh, like a little mullet.
Yes. No,
So
you're
Stephanie
right, though. And also she has a different hair color in the confessional.
Yeah. So Stephanie apologizes and they arrive in her hometown of Port Augusta, but they're staying at a hotel.
Right.
Because she's not out to her parents yet, but she wants to come out to her parents and she wants to introduce Stephanie as her girlfriend. That was the plan. Mm-hmm. But they hate each other.
Yes. Pretty much.
So she invited her friend Claire out for drinks because she doesn't want to be alone with Stephanie, which is, the first sign of true love. Mm-hmm. Okay. Can I tell you something? These outfits, these costumes that Erica wears, I don't hate them, but they're not clothes.
No, they're costumes. She wears costumes.
The fruit outfit with the watermelon earrings is the cutest thing in the whole world if she was going to be in a Tropicana commercial.
That's the thing. If she was channeling Chiquita Banana. Exactly.
Sure. Stephanie dresses like in polyester from the 90s. She dresses how I wished I dressed in 7th grade.
Me too.
I don't know what's going. You remember when they had like that when we were in like junior high school? They had like the 70s came back for a little while.
Yes.
It was like right before the Delia's catalog started.
I was just going to say like around the Alloy Delia's time.
Yeah, it was like a little bit before that. So they go to this bar and Joe Pesci is their waiter. And Tyler from Teen Mom comes as Claire in a tiki bar shirt.
Very interesting. Interesting hair too.
And they talk about their boob mache.
You know what though? Claire is very nice though.
Claire is very nice because Claire's like, oh, wow, fun.
Uh-huh.
Stephanie said that it caught her off guard that they were doing boob mache, and now she's like mad at Erica and she's fighting with her about it.
But here's the thing, like, get over it.
Okay, but also, why aren't you having fun?
No, she's miserable all the time.
Can I tell you something, Noelle?
Yeah.
Contrary to popular belief, you and I are not in a romantic relationship together.
Right.
But if we, by accident, went to a boob mache class, you don't think we would have the funnest time in the world?
Tracy, I would paper mache the hell out of you.
Same.
Yeah. It's just fun. Like, stop being so stiff.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, when you really like someone, you could have fun with them at the DMV.
Okay. As lame as it sounds, Matt and I have fun every single day, even in quarantine when there's nothing to do.
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. It's like supposed to be like, oh my God, we're having so much fun at the grocery store.
Yeah. It's you just, guys went to loosen up.
You guys went to a fun paper mache place at like a really nice art studio. Cut it out.
Yeah, stop.
She's like, well, I just wish that I was warned. And Erica's like, yeah, well, I thought it was something else.
Right. Erica's also like, I thought that you like girls.
Right. So now, did Claire tease her hair and then put a hat on?
Yes.
Okay, just checking. So Stephanie starts talking about the friends. She's like, yeah, I'm going to meet all the friends. And, it's kind of weird because you guys live in a small town. And, maybe you guys have like hooked up with people that are going to be there. And she's like, oh yeah, they've all dated.
Right. I mean, very matter of factly.
Stephanie's brain went on fire.
Mm-hmm. And she excuses herself.
Okay, but why? Because you're not a lesbian.
That's the thing. Like, I can't understand, like, what's her angle here? What does she want? Does she just want, like,
she wants to be
friend?
So she wants to be on TV. We'll talk about that in a second. So Erica says that it is not what she expected.
Right.
And that Stephanie's super jealous. They're not intimate at all. She's not romantic with her at all because guess why?
Because she's not gay.
Yep.
I mean, she's not even, like, kissing her or holding her hand. You don't have
Nothing.
to have sex to be intimate.
No. And this is a quote from her. She said, it's a lot more different in person.
Yeah, you think?
So now Erica's taking a page, or Stephanie's taking a page out of Varia's book, and she also wants a pause.
Mm-hmm.
And she wants to sleep on the couch. And Erica's like, yeah, I don't want you to sleep on the couch. I just want you to be like fun with me.
Right. And Stephanie's like, yeah, but I don't like girls. I don't want to sleep in bed with you.
Right. But Stephanie's being super manipulative. And she's basically like, you don't know what I've been through. And Erica starts crying. And Stephanie's like, she keeps saying like, oh, I just met you. I just met you. And then
but Stephanie didn't even try to comfort Erica. That's what upset me.
No, because she got there and she's like, ugh, I totally forgot in this whole thing that I like boys.
You're so right. Yep.
But something very funny. So Erica flat leaves her in the hotel. We don't even know she's coming back.
Yeah.
And Stephanie's sitting there with a tote bag of medication, and the tote bag says Mr. Cheese on it.
I didn't even notice.
Yeah, it was like from a cheese store. And I'm like, you know, maybe she's not so bad.
Yeah, all right. Maybe I like that.
Okay, so apparently Stephanie is like some kind of like she tries out for reality shows. She's just looking for like some kind of attention. She's trying to be an actress.
No way. Oh, I'm not even being sarcastic. I didn't know that.
Yep. So she's been on TV before. I forgot what she was on. Let's see. There was an article on TVShowsAce.com, and it says Stephanie's not new to television shows. Sorry, I don't know why I just said it like that. And she was on that. Okay, so they said that in early March, some inconsistencies arose regarding Stephanie's claims she feared coming out to her mom. It emerged that Stephanie actually posted a video on her YouTube channel in 2016 about her first encounter, titled, I Was in Love with a Girl, My First Bisexual Experience. And fans wondered how on earth her mom failed to notice it. Plus, much of her season shows Stephanie awkward about her so-called first encounter with another woman. So that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Actually, Stephanie was on. She tried out for a Nickelodeon show.
Really?
Isn't that weird? Yeah, called All That. You remember that sketch show?
Of course
All
I
That?
do.
Yeah, and she was part of Nickelodeon's search for the funniest kid in America in 2003.
Jeez,
yeah, she tried to make it in the world.
She?
She's like 29.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like, I don't know. I think about it and it's like she must be a child then.
She's 29, yeah. And they said as a young adult, she tried to make it in the world of acting and would constantly travel between New York and LA to score a movie or TV roles.
Oh, this makes so much more sense.
She apparently landed a role as Alicia in the 2009 movie She's Got It. In 2015, Stephanie shared on her YouTube that her time with Supreme Justice with Judge Karen Mills as she played the role of Clarissa Vaughn. You could watch the video because she played a fake person on a judge show. Isn't that weird?
Wow, that is weird.
So she is just looking for some airtime.
You know what, though? It makes so much more sense.
Yep. So speaking of weird, David and Lana. Okay. So David, in case you guys don't know, Lana, apparently, according to David, is his girlfriend of 7 years.
Oh, okay, cool.
So he thinks that she's super scared and he's going to head to her hometown, which is an 8-hour drive, 400 miles, to just, see if she's around.
But do you think that maybe that's why she's scared?
I don't know why she would be scared. But he says that he's going to keep doing this because she doesn't tell him to stop. Because he emailed her and said, if you want me to stop, just say, answer stop.
Right. And he doesn't think it's over, though, because she wants to marry him.
Right. So now he's 300 miles in, and he was warned by his friend that the roads are rough, and he got a flat tire.
Right.
Now, do you think that they made him get a flat tire? Because
yes.
Okay, just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's 9 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
and he's on the rough roads. Day 5, he's there in her hometown.
Uh-huh.
And he hasn't heard from her, but he doesn't want to scare her by going to her house. So he's going to walk around her city and see if he could bump into her.
Right. That's not scary.
No, that's not scary at all. So that works out. He uses his translator and goes to a store that she spoke about before and asks the lady if she knows her. He said, "Do you know this girl? She's my girlfriend. Apparently she lives here."
The woman's like, "No, bye."
Apparently, you think you don't even know where your girlfriend lives?
I know. It's really weird.
So he goes back to the hotel to try to closed air chat with her.
Mm-hmm.
And he's trying to find her. She messages him.
Yes, she did. And she said, do you still want a meeting for a photo and start a relationship and visa?
That is like a love letter.
That's romance.
That's it. He is so happy. And he's like, you know what? I'm not even going to tell her I'm here. I forgive her for everything she did. I can't even go to sleep tonight because I'm so excited.
Tracy, I couldn't believe it. As I was watching this, I was like, is this really his reaction to this?
Yes.
That's sad.
I feel like I know people like this.
I think you do know people like this.
Just saying. Speaking of crazy, let's talk about Avery and Ash.
Boy.
She has on flip-flops and he goes, "Oh, I like your thongs." And she gets like weirded out.
Yeah, she does not get hot in the pants. I think she's kind of a little bit like, all right, maybe I should just go back home.
Right? So now they're going to go on a crocodile cruise.
That looks fun.
I wanted to do that with you.
Yeah, especially because it was just them two. I'll do that with just me and you. Hell yeah.
Exactly. And just the little boat captain.
Yeah, why not?
I liked it. All right. So they find a crocodile. Super fun.
Mm-hmm.
And she says that this is not a vacation for her because she's just trying to get to know him.
Here's the thing, though. Why is she drinking in every scene?
Because she's an alcoholic.
She is. Because, like, especially if you're with someone that you know isn't drinking, like, why do you have to drink everywhere you go? She's drinking on the boat.
This is like Marcel and Anna.
That is like Marcel and Anna.
Okay, so here's the thing. She asks, "Can I meet Taj, his son?"
Right. Mm-hmm.
And he says, this is a quote, "I'm looking forward to that, actually.
But that's always what he says.
But I'm still working on it." And she's like, "Well, I hope, can I meet your ex-wife or your baby mom or whatever?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm just worried about that."
Right.
Hey, Noelle.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you want to be, Avery?
Yeah, I'm gonna be Avery.
Okay.
Hey Ash.
Hey Avery.
I would like to
Love
meet
of my
Taj.
Life. Light of the moon and the stars. You want to meet Taj? Taj is my son.
Right, your son Taj. I would really like to meet him on my trip.
I created him.
Okay, so Taj, you created him with a woman. I'd like to meet her too.
Well, isn't that nice of you?
Do you think that I'll be able to?
I think that you can do anything you put your mind to in this universe.
Do you want to call them on the telephone?
I feel like our souls are connected.
You're very good. You do a very good Ash.
Do you see? You guys can't see, but my eyes are actually dangling out of my head. I've dislocated them from my sockets.
Yes, they're dangling right over her chin right now.
Oh, let's talk about Darcy and Tom.
Okay.
So he calls his sister, not Darcy. He calls Emma his sister.
Yes.
Not his sister Darcy, his sister Emma.
Yes.
On FaceTime. And Emma's like, "Yeah, so here's the thing. I told you that they weren't a good fit."
Right.
Like, what are you doing?
Like, she was over it. She's like, I told you from the beginning this wasn't going to work.
So he goes, "Well, I try to be very assertive with her." And then she asked me about the other woman.
And she stormed out. And she's like, "Okay, did you go after her?" He's like, "No." Okay.
He said that he's so embarrassed about what happened.
Yeah. Okay.
So he's now, you and I live in New York City, so we know every time we do any kind of FaceTime with anyone, what we do is we stand on the rocks in front of the skyline so that everyone knows that we're in New York City, and we pose.
That's exactly what I do. That's what I'm doing now, right now as we do this.
Yeah, I can see you. That's such a nice skyline. So you're in Brooklyn right now? You're just just standing under the Brooklyn Bridge?
I'm just waiting for the tide to come in.
Oh, okay. That's so nice. What a beautiful smell. So Darcy went back to the hotel because she doesn't want Stacy or the kids to see her like this. And when she says that, does she mean with all that filler in her face?
But because do you think they've never seen you cry before?
Darcy, this is the only way we even recognize you.
Yeah, is your cry face. That's the only face of yours I know.
Okay, so she says she didn't want them to see her like this. She said, wow, Jesse in disguise. Jesse, which triggers our favorite, a little baby whisper cry.
I love it.
Can I do it?
Yeah, I want you to.
Nobody wants to die alone.
I feel bad for her, though.
She said nobody wants to be alone.
Nobody wants to be alone. When is my time going to come? When is the one going to come?
Why is it Jesse? Why is it Tom? Jesse?
Let's play for a fool.
Tommy? Jesse? And then she blocks him from WhatsApp. She's like, so he can't call me? He can't message me? He could only call me and message me because just kidding. I didn't block him. I love him.
I love you.
Oh, God. Darcy, I feel bad, but what do we...
She's a broken woman. Really, she is.
I know. Maybe she should definitely look into, I don't know,
something. Look into dating someone in the United States.
Yeah. I don't know what she should really look into. What's today's date? This is the 17th that we're recording this. This is so crazy. Yesterday was my birthday, by the way.
I know. And you didn't know the date of today.
I did not know the date of today, but I can tell you this.
Yeah.
BetterHelp would really help Darcy.
I was thinking the same thing. BetterHelp online counseling.
Oh my God. She needs to talk to someone immediately, if not sooner.
Yes, she does. She could do it from her own house.
And it would be really, really helpful. I don't know. I'm just worried about her because she doesn't have anyone to talk to right now.
I agree. She's there all by herself in the hotel room. Unfortunately, she doesn't have anybody there with her to make her feel better.
I know. And, I do it, especially now that we're all home. I do it all the time. I talk to my counselor over video chat.
Yeah, it's my favorite way to do it.
And it's just been so helpful. BetterHelp just makes me feel comfortable.
It makes me feel like I'm not crazy, to be honest.
Yeah, I really do enjoy that. BetterHelp counseling is there for you. And let me tell you, it is the best way that you could do anything. For 10% off your first month, go to betterhelp.com and use code Fiance for your discount. Okay, yes. So that's BetterHelp, HELP.com, and use code Fiance. So, Noelle.
Yes.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to next week, to be totally honest with you.
I have to tell you, I haven't looked forward to a 90-Day Fiance since this season. This is the first season I'm excited about.
I know, because it was really dragging on for a while.
Yeah, it was. And it was kind of they're not finding the right people. This is what I'm here for.
I've been here for that. Guys, thank you so much for listening. And make sure you're following us on Instagram and Twitter. I'm at Trixie Tuzini, TRIXIE TUZZINI. And you could always find the podcast at 90 Day Podcasts, which is really exciting. Noelle, where can we find you?
Noe_bear810 on Instagram or at NoeGirl on Twitter.
Amazing. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you later. Bye. if you guys are still listening, we have an important treat for you today, and it's very exciting. I stumbled upon this on Instagram, and if you want to follow Abigail from Saratoga Springs, New York, she is doing parody songs for 90 Day Fiance, and you can follow her at 90 Day Jingles. She has been writing the funniest songs. This song that we're going to play now is originally belonging to Seal, Kiss from a Rose, and it's such a beautiful track that she wrote, a parody about Ed and Rose. Please enjoy this.
There was a 23-year-old girl from the Philippines. She met the American man of her dreams. Well, she was vague, and he said he was 5'3". But she found out that Ed was stout at 4'11". But she would still call him her queen. I mean king. Baby, Ed just wants a little kiss from a rose on the bed. Ooh, it'd be a little better if she would just shave her legs. And now that the deed has been done, he better take her to the